This is Chapter 2C and 2D on functions and mappings. In this chapter, you'll learn to write a function in words to describe a real-life situation and then find the input and outputs of a number on a mapping diagram. So the first skill is to write a function in words to describe a real-life situation. So here you have two images to help you figure out the problems. And a function is basically a rule of what's happening. So you can apply it to a number. So in A, write the function to connect the number of windows and the number of panes of glass. So if we look at every window, inside every window, except this peculiar one, there are 8 panes of glass. So we can say that the total amount of glass is equal to 8 times the number of windows and you see how there's a peculiar one where there's 2? You also have to add 2 every time, because if we do follow this formula, this function, 8 times 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, gives us 40 planes of glass. And if you count, there are 40 planes plus 2 more. So it's actually 42. So this is how you write a function, because this describes the situation. In B, write the function to connect the number of posts, meaning these yellow things, and the number of chains, meaning these little red things. So at this time, pause. So the number of posts and the number of chains. We can say that, we can always say that because there's always 3 posts and 2 chains, if we were to visualize this and draw another one, so 1, 2, 3, 4, then here's 1 chain, here's 2 chains, then here's another chain. If we draw another one, then we'll notice there's 4 chains. So 5 posts, 4 chains. If it was 4 posts, 3 chains. If it was 2 posts, 3 posts, 2 chains. So it seems like the pattern is that the number of posts, let's say the total posts is equal to the number of chains plus 1. And that's how you write a function. Now, in this case, you have to find the input and output of a number on a mapping diagram and write the rule. So if we look at the number of starfish and the number of legs in A, we'll notice that for 1 starfish, there's 5 legs, 2 starfish, there's 10 legs, 3 for 15, 10 turns into 50, and 20 turns into 10. So what do you have to do to every number that's the same thing in order to get the output? So this is your output, this is your input. And then in B, you have to complete the mapping. You have to figure out, with this mapping, with that rule, what are the missing numbers? So pause. So the mapping for A is that you multiply by 5 each time. In B, you do multiply by 5, so 1 times 5 makes 5, 2 times 5 makes 10, 5 times 5 will make 25. Then to go backwards, you actually have to do the opposite. We have to divide by 5. So 30 divided by 5 makes 6, and 50 divided by 5 makes 10. And that's it.